Hello, peoples of YouTube. My name is You Should Know. Ryan will come back with a new and improved video, and today I have returned with the Walking Dead review episode. Alright. Alright, you guys know that I like doing these, so don't get mad at me. But, we finally saw the Morgan flashback episode last night, and I'm pretty happy about that. Was very pumped to see where Morgan's been for the past 2 seasons, probably, and we saw it, and I liked it. I liked where he's been. I liked how he found the little inner peace with himself and all that crap. But, I wanted to, kind of talk about, what's been, what has been going on with this character, and, just my vague fascination with it, my fascination with the character. Now, I've liked Morgan for a while. I think Morgan is a very strong survivor, need he be killing people or not. Now, Morgan is very different. He makes a very big change throughout the show. He changes a lot. Like, he changes a lot throughout the episode as well. Like, originally, he was still crazy Morgan. He was still in that clear mode. He still clears people, clear, the whole clear philosophy. And it's almost really sad to see what this man has gone through. Just, kind of give himself this whole, he's literally got nothing. He's just wanting to die. And, I like how he keeps telling Eastman, kill him, but Eastman won't do it. I really liked Eastman. I don't know why, he was very quick to grow likable of, but unfortunately, he is not with us anymore. And Tabitha, that damn goat, is not with us either. God rest her soul. Alright, anyways. I do believe... You know what? I'm gonna just go on with the episode. Really, there's not a lot to talk about this episode. Really, just Morgan and Eastman, probably. And, they were both very fascinating in this episode. Aikido, like, he learns Ninja Turtle. The Aikido. I really liked the Aikido. That was pretty fun. And, what's cool about Eastman, he's generally nice to people. Like, he's just nice to people. That's not normal in the zombie apocalypse. I guess that's kind of why, Morgan wasn't really, I guess that's why you didn't really, like him that much at first, but then he kind of just grew on him softly, or, slowly. And Morgan, I was right. My prediction was right. He did feel bad for killing all those people all that time. And, he did feel bad. That's because if you remember a couple episodes ago, I said I think he doesn't kill people anymore because he's killed people, he's murdered a lot of them, and he just doesn't want to kill them. He doesn't want to kill people anymore. He doesn't want to be a killer anymore. That's just not him anymore. He doesn't want to do it. It's just not who he is anymore. And I respect that about the man. A lot of people are like, why aren't you killing him, you pussy? I'm just like, geez. He's not a pussy. It's just, I feel Morgan, even if he kills or he doesn't kill, he's still a strong survivor. He can still make it work, like, But what does sort of bother me is that he doesn't frickin' kill them. Like, he didn't kill that wolf guy. And, I mean, he could redeem him. Like, he's pulling an Eastman on him, and he's just like, man, I don't know. Sorry, I'm in McDonald's. I'm thirsty. But yeah, Eastman, he's just fucking nice to people, but, oh yeah, Wolf. Man, that Wolf, I thought he was just gonna beat the crap out of him. Like, that's what I was thinking, like, how intense he looked. I'm like, geez, he looks like he's about to, like, what the frick, you come back, you little shit, I meant you live. I would have done that. As peace swami as I am, I would have frickin' beat the shit out of him. But, Travis did, frickin' piece of shit, fucker, and then he's just like, whoa, calm down. No, No. I mean, that would have been cool, but no. That didn't work. My uncle and I have been debating a lot about The Walking Dead recently. He's like, oh, yep, he's gonna die. I'm like, Jesus, he's not gonna die. Like, we've had these debates before, like, about, like, or my uncle and I have had these, you know, like, when Tyrese died, I thought he would. I literally texted him the day after the whole, you know, Tyrese died and everyone was sad. I literally texted him, you asshole. Like, I wasn't mad at him. Like, you know, I don't think he's a bad guy. It's just, like, I'm like, you fricker, you know. I'm like, ugh. You know, he didn't even watch the episode. And I'm just like, oh, you didn't? He's like, no. I'm like, frick. Now I feel like an asshole. Just call him an asshole for no reason. But, I mean, I got pissed. And then he said, like, oh, Beth's gonna die. Frickin' Beth died. I'm like, Jesus. Frick, you know. Glenn, I don't think, is dead still. Still ambiguous fate. I'd like to see a little bit more. Morgan. Alright, again, yeah, Morgan. I don't think... that wolf, I don't think he might redeem... He might redeem himself. Just a very little chance he'll redeem himself. And, you know, that guy's just like, well, if, you know... He has that wound on him. He says, if I die, well, that's fine. But if I don't die, I'm going to kill you and your whole group, even the children. That guy's freaking disturbed. Like, I'd like a little backstory on these guys. Like, I would like a little hint on how they got this whole little philosophy where they're just murdering people, you know? If I should even call it a philosophy, it's just freaking murdering people and taking their shit and then letting them reanimate. But yeah, Morgan and Eastman. So yeah, Eastman taught Morgan the whole frickin' Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles whole thing. You know, he taught him the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles gig that he's been doing since season 5. He also had taught him a lot of other things, like, you know, I like the whole story he tells, you know, like that one guy, like, he was the most damn likable dude he ever met, and that's kind of funny. I'm like, yeah, I laughed. And, you know, he's just like, you know, I saw him for who he really was, and he was a monster. Like, he really was this monster, you know, because he was just faking it the whole time. Just so he could get out. And then, when he did get out, all he did was, he went over to the man's house. He went over to Eastman's house, murdered his wife, his son, and his daughter, and then, he murdered, and then, you know... And then he talks about, you know, he let him starve to death. And you know, he trapped him in that cell that he had Morgan in, and he let him starve to death. So, you know, I thought that was interesting. You know, I'm like, man, he's had a tough road. And, he said he was going to turn himself in, and that's when he figured out the whole thing happened. That was kind of funny. I'm like, oh, well, he's like, no one to turn myself into, so yeah, now I'm plenty of motive. And, you know, he's just like, well, I never found peace, so, you know... I got a new philosophy. And he's just like, alright, what is it? You know, like, Morgan, you know, he's just like, I'll bite. You know, what's going on? And he just says, well, all life is precious. Now, here's the thing. I don't always agree with this philosophy when it comes to, like, you know, the whole Gareth thing and the governor. Like, I mean, I would have killed the damn guy. Like, seriously, I would have killed those two. I thought when he honked the horn, and we explained where, you know, I like the explanation where he got those sayings, like when he says, please leave, and like, you know, I will not let you do that, you know, I won't let you, you know, take me, like, you can take my stuff, you can take everything, but you ain't taking me. I saw where he got that was kind of fun. I saw where he got the rabbit's foot. I thought he found the rabbit's foot in the car. No, he actually got it from Eastman's, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I've never seen a flashback episode, though, before, you know. Maybe it's because we just haven't seen a lot of Morgan, you know, it's just we haven't seen a lot of him, and, you know, it is kind of sad seeing where he is, and I like, you know, how Eastman kind of teaches Morgan how to distract himself when he's, you know, having his whole meltdowns, like when, you know, Morgan gets out of this whole clear stage, and then he gets to the whole, you know, all life is precious sort of deal. You know, I like how that happens. You know, I'm, you know, what I'm glad of the whole episode, you know, I'm glad he's actually, you know, found peace with himself. Now, a lot of people are pissed off that he ain't killing people, but hey, that's the way he's gonna live, and that's the way he's gonna live. That, at least to me. And it is a really sad thing with Morgan, losing his son and losing his wife. Like, I mean, I would not imagine if I lost any of those during the zombie apocalypse. I don't even have that kind of, I don't really have that kind of relationship-wise yet, but, when I get older, hopefully that never happens. Like, I just wouldn't imagine if I lost my entire family. I would probably never get over that. And, it's weird just how that man just kind of survived everything. And, and I like how Eastman just predicts what happened to Morgan. Like, he's just like, you've had a lot of bad things happen to you. Like, you're traumatized from all these bad things. And I like that whole door philosophy. He's just like, you're trying to open that door so you could escape, but you can never really escape. You're just back into that whole, you're just back into the, into that place. You're back into that place, and you don't want to be there, and you open that door to try and get back, but you'll end up finding it again. I like that. I liked how that guy was a psychologist. He just predicted everything that happened to Morgan. He's like, who did you lose? Like, because how bad he took the loss, he noticed how bad he took the loss. He's like, how bad you take the loss, who'd you lose, how bad was it? And then he asked for the name, and I liked all the Graves, like, he was at least a humane guy. Here's a theory. He could have been that guy who was in the, the whole, that graveyard, or whatever the hell it was, or that funeral home, but unlikely. It's a very just sad. It is sort of a sad episode, but it's sort of an uplifting episode because Morgan's moved on. I like that. I like Morgan's moved on. Morgan's gotten over that. Losing his wife and son. He has gotten over that, and he is just moving around, and that's kind of what motivated him to find Rick. I thought when he said, I know where to find all these, I thought he was going to go, take Eastman to the prison and something happened to Eastman while on the way to the prison. No, that wasn't it. He just pulled him off when he saw a zombie that he killed. That was just strange. Like, the frickin' dude just shanked him with a, stick spear, or whatever, a wood spear. And then he choked the kid. I felt bad for that kid, I'm just like, jeez, why'd you kill that dude? But then again, I think what primarily motivates him, again, not to kill people, is the fact that he has murdered that many people. Like, it is implicated that Morgan has killed more people than that. Like, those two guys, that father and son. He's still, he has killed more people, and I think that's just him kind of putting away the guilt of killing those people, and he has found new life, in a sense, by, whipping the crap out of them with that stick, which is pretty cool. And, but yeah, it was a really good episode. Again, I have not really a lot to say, and, I expect to say a lot more, but no. But yeah, man, it was just a fascinating episode to watch, because, we haven't seen Morgan. We don't see a lot of him, or now we do, but, we didn't see a lot of him throughout the first 5 seasons. That is really good Dr. Pepper. Alright, anyways. I need to get me some more anyway. But, such a fascinating episode, and, the thing with, one of the things about Eastman, a lot of people were like, oh, was he that Creighton Dallas Wilson guy? And Creighton was the, guy who murdered his family, and, he let starve to death. That would have been kind of fun if that were the situation, but then again, why would have he saved him, let the door open, and frickin', why would he done have all that? I mean, I get maybe it would have been like a way to lure him in, but why did he, rescue him if he knew if he was gonna do that? Like, I mean, that doesn't make sense, but that's just me. Jesus. I can't think of what to say right now. One of the things I do mainly, one of the things I do just mainly like about this episode is that, Morgan has found peace with himself. And I like that he has. You know, I'm glad that he has found that place where he does feel redeemed. Because, you know, Morgan is a man, or in the beginning, he was a man who literally had nothing to live for, and he was literally just this guy who was just murdering people and shanking people with sticks across the, you know, across the woodlands of Georgia, you know, murdering people with, you know, bamboo or whatever the hell that was, those stick spears, and then killing them with rifles and then smacking them really hard across the head with a gun. But, you know, that's probably, yeah, probably too graphic for some of you people. Anyways, sorry I paused, I was focusing on the game, but anyways, yeah, Morgan, I feel, has found that place, and I'm glad he has, because, you know, again, in the beginning, he was murdering people. He was just killing people with that stick spear of his, and then he murdered people with the rifle with the back of it, or he shot them. And, you know, now, and then at the end of the episode, he's now has the stick, and then he finds the whole, you know, then he finds the signs that leads to Terminus. Now, I kind of predicted the timing that he was there. Like, I predicted, like, it's around near maybe the end of Season 3, and then he was with Eastman for Season 4, and then then a little bit later in Season 4 is when he started finding those signs. That's when Eastman died. I think that was in the middle of Season 4. In the late Season 4, that's when I think he began following the signs as well. So, and then Season 5 is, of course, when we saw him, you know, walk around, you know, try to find Rick. So, yeah, we know that, and, you know, so, I mean, that's kind of just my prediction. I kind of took a moment of my time just to kind of think about it, but that's just me. It's probably going to be one of the shortest episodes, because, again, I have nothing really to talk about. Maybe except for the end, like, Rick. How the hell did he get out of that zombie herd? Like, it's just, and a bunch of them just walk over towards his car, apparently, and then we hear open the door, and you're just like, oh my, jeez, how'd he get out of that? Did he just freaking drive the whole time? Jesus Christ. Alright, but, next week's episode has to be, Sasha, Abraham, and, Morgan, or not frickin' Morgan, Daryl, jeez, I'm sorry, but, yeah, that's gonna be who it's gonna be focused on next week, and the rest of the crew, you know, then they say, you know, Maggie and, you know, Glenn is gone, we don't know where he is, and, again, still don't think he's dead. They didn't list him as dead, so, again, I still have some faith. They did take his name off the whole, you know, again, I think they're faking us out, but that's just me. I mean, my thoughts are, they are kind of faking us out, in a sense. So, you know, I'm just saying, he's probably still alive, but, you know, we just don't know where. You know, it's just, it's going to be a fascinating episode. So, I mean, I want to see that episode. Looks like a fascinating episode to watch, and I can't wait to see if Glenn survived or not, so, or if we're going to figure out that Glenn survived or not, so, hopefully, we'll figure it out sooner or later. But, I guess that's it. This is the shortest episode I've ever done of The Walking Dead reviews, but, that's kind of it for me, and, I gotta go, so, I mean, I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you for subscribing. You know, if you want to subscribe, put them down there. If you want any more of these episodes, please comment. I will talk to you guys later, so see you guys.